Hi, welcome to Mitsuba 2 installation. So first of all, we start with Python installation. The Python version I'm using for this is Python 3.7.7. So let's go. So I need this executable installer. Okay, I'll add Python to path and then it's fine. Install now. So now Python is installed. Let's check. Okay, so this works. It. The next thing we need to do is to install Visual Studio. So let's go downloads. Visual Studio 2022. This should work fine. Native Professional free download. Yeah. Okay. So we check the one for Python development. It's like okay, we'll see. And with C++. Okay. Anything more? Let's just do that for now. We'll see. You can see now that Visual Studio is installing. I'm just waiting for the full installation and then I'll get back to you. You can see now that the Visual Studio is installing. Let's wait for it to be done and then proceed to the next steps. Yeah, so we have Visual Studio now. Let's proceed to the next steps. Apparently a restart is required, so okay. Until now we have installed Python 3.7.7 and Visual Studio. Now we are in the GitHub repository of Mitsuba 2. Let's proceed. So the documentation details how to compile, use and extend Mitsuba 2. So we go to the documentation and it has all these steps. Getting started. This is about Mitsuba, cloning the repository. Okay, so we need to use this command specially. So copy this command and go to command prompt. So I have opened the command prompt window, just pasting this command. Wait, I will not do it here. I'm just creating a folder called Mitsuba2 here, and I'll open a command prompt window here. I'd rather do it here. So I mean, ideally you can do it anywhere you want, but I just created a new folder called Mitsuba2 and just cloned the repository inside it. So Now waiting for it to be done. So we see that Mitsuba is installed now. Like the Mitsuba repository is cloned now. So let's proceed to the next steps. Let's say okay, this is done. Choosing variants. Okay, this is not important at this moment. Yeah, so compiling the system. This is what matters. Let's go to Windows. So we need to have CMake. So let's see if I have CMake. So go inside. So I don't have CMake, so I would install CMake first. So this is the download page for CMake. cmake.org/install. See if I'm able to. Okay, there are some distributions. Windows 64 installers. Okay. I think this should do. Come on. I will add CMake to the path because I have to add it anyway. Okay, that's fine. So CMake is done. Let's see how it works out. Yeah, so I'll close the command prompt windows. This is where Mitsuba 2 is installed for me. So go to the root folder of Mitsuba 2 where you decided to clone it. So I open command prompt like this, and let's check if CMake is installed. Okay, that seems fine. So now we go back to this page and CMake explicitly ask for the version of Visual Studio. Okay, let's see how this command works out. Couldn't find any instance of Visual Studio, so I think I did 2022. Okay, I'll just check. Okay, so apparently I need Visual Studio 16 2019, so I'll remove the Visual Studio and then continue again. So I'm downloading Visual Studio again, like the 2019 version, because the 2022 version did not work out for me. So this is Visual Studio Community 2019 16.11.10. So I'll choose Python development, and then this Linux development with C++, everything is C++. Then later if we need something else, um, C++, think this should be enough for now. So Python development, desktop development with C++, Linux development with C++. Let's install. So now Visual Studio 2019 is installed, and let's try this command again. This is CMake -g Visual Studios. Okay, let me change this. We'll just copy paste again. Where was it? Yes. Okay. See, now it works. That's good. So my tip would be just go for Visual Studio 2019, because the Mitsuba page notifies that. I think it's possible to do with other versions as well, but like, yeah, I would not change it because it works for me. Yeah, so like tested version is like Windows 10 Visual Studio 2019 Community Edition was version 16.4.5. My version is a bit like higher, but it still works as it seems. You also need CMake. Git is because like you need to download the repositories from GitHub, and you need Miniconda as well. So we'll see. So basically, if you do what the tested version says, you should be fine, I think. It's still installing, so let's wait. So you can see that the process is done, and then the final message is configuring done, generating done, build files have been written to C/Mitsuba2/Mitsuba2. So C/Mitsuba2 is the folder where I did the clone, and Mitsuba2 is the parent folder of like all the Mitsuba2 files. So you can go there and see all these files, and then let's proceed to the next step. So what does it say? Additional packages are required to run the included test suite or to general HTML documentation. So for example, like NumPy you know is like for basic calculations. Sphinx is like necessary for creating documentation and stuff, so it's like for more advanced stuff if you like want to contribute to Mitsuba and like create documentation. So I would skip this one now. Running Mitsuba. Okay. No, let's see the next step. Okay, so now we go to the folder, and then there should be so inside the folder you will find this solution called Mitsuba, which is a virtual Visual Studio file. So it's like mitsuba.sln. It should be around 284 kbs. So let's open this. So I'll open it with Visual Studio. Sorry, it's getting a bit long, but like I'm just creating a video so that you can follow along. I had a lot of trouble with Mitsuba. Probably because I'm not that experienced, but I'm trying to help you out. So it says it's ready down, and then so basically what you do is like you open the mitsuba.sln file in Visual Studio, and then you just go to build, and then click build solution, and it should work. See this console window, it says build started, so it will take some time. I'll pause for a bit. When you are building Mitsuba for the first time, it takes quite a long time, and it's normal, but for subsequent builds it would take like shorter time because it loads stuff from the cache. For example, if you add some modules or something, and build again, it's the same process. Open the SLN file in Visual Studio and then build again, but it would take much shorter time. So after the build is finished, you will see this message: build X succeeded, Y failed, Z up to date, and A skipped. So basically if you see succeeded, that's fine. You don't want to see a failed message anyway. Now let's go to the command line. So if Mitsuba is installed properly, if you type Mitsuba and press enter, you'd see that the path is added as well. But here the problem is that the path is not still added to the system, so the system cannot find Mitsuba. Mitsuba is installed because the build succeeded, but now we need to add the path basically. So let's see what we can do. So this is the parent folder, right? So inside dist you can see Python. Now what we do is never mind this videos which are the recordings of Mitsuba. Go to properties. Inside this PC you go to advanced system settings, you go to environmental variables. So this is my user, so I add new, so I call it Python path. So inside this I add these variables. So I add the dist folder, and then I add so okay, I add the dist folder. So now just edit it. Okay, so I add also the Python for Mitsuba. So this Python folder path, see here there is Mitsuba, and then I need to add anything more. So Mitsuba, okay. Let's check if this is enough. Okay, so now a good idea is to just close it. We go back to the parent directory. So we start the command prompt here. Super. Okay, it's not recognized. Nice. This Mitsuba. So basically you see this mitsuba.exe, this is the file we need. So if we type Mitsuba here, so basically the system should find this path. So if we type Mitsuba here, it works, but it's inside this see Mitsuba to dist and Mitsuba. So again let's check the path variables. So this was added. Okay, So I created the Python path, so I added the Mitsuba to dist and Mitsuba to dist Python, and then inside the path I will add the Mitsuba dist folder. So because I told you inside this dist folder you have the mitsuba.exe, and the system should find it. So you need just create this path. You have the path already, so add this Mitsuba dist folder inside this, and then inside Python path you can do this two, these two. So okay, we did that, and then okay, let's go to Mitsuba. So there is Mitsuba, and you have okay, still not recognized. Let's check what's happening. I've installed this quite a few times, but like I just keep getting errors. But this is kind of natural, I think. So just say Mitsuba is not recognized as an internal or external. Okay, so see the path to Mitsuba dist build dist. Okay, so I should go there again, properties, system settings, environmental variables. So what I did was I added the dist Python or not. Okay, so in the path I added dist already, so I do a new one. I do dist Python. Okay, and then just close this, cmd. See, so basically now Mitsuba is fine. So I would also show you how to compile a scene. We already have Mitsuba installed now, so basically if you just open command prompt and type Mitsuba, and you see like the Mitsuba options, that's fine, everything is done fine. So the thing is, in the environmental variables, like, so you go to advanced system settings, then environmental variables. So inside the Python path you have these two. So I read that you need the Python path somewhere as well, because I ran into some sort of errors earlier. So to be safe, just have these two paths inside Python path, and then inside path as well just have this Mitsuba dist and Mitsuba dist Python. Now my turn is to show you how to compile a scene. So the simplest Mitsuba scene would look something like this. So you have the scene version, so it's like the version of Mitsuba, I think. So you have shape type. So there are basically starting and ending tags. So see, there is a starting shape tag and ending shape tag. So it's a simple XML file. So you have the sphere, which acts as an area emitter. So it's like an area light. The sphere emits light throughout its surface, and then you have a spectrum of type radiance. So basically you can read about all these parameters, but my idea is to show you how to like compile a scene. So I would copy this, and I mean I still like Notepad for some reason. So you so I just like choose the downloads folder or something, or just choose desktop. So save this as you have this, so save this like a scene.xml. Okay, so now you go to cd desktop. So you are in desktop basically. So you type Mitsuba scene.xml. So that's how you run it. It will take some time. I mean, depending on how complex your scene is and the parameters you set, it can take a long time, but like this one is like a very simple scene. So see, it's already finished. So you have this EXR file, which is like a raw image, and I mean, you can do anything with it. And you also have like a JPEG, so which will give you an idea like what it is like. Okay, so yeah, for the JPEG stuff, you need to write some Python script, but I mean, I'll show you how to view an EXR file as well. So basically, EXR file viewer online, you can search for it. Yeah, this one is a very good one. So basically, you can also write a Python script and get the JPEG outside, but if you just do Mitsuba scene.xml, you would get an EXR output, which is like a raw image. So basically, you can still develop your film and get your no JPEG image or bitmap image or something like that. So you can do everything with the EXR. So it's like the big file. So but still, I would show you what it looks like. Scene.exr. See, so this is what we rendered in Mitsuba. This is like a very good website actually. So we had a sphere which acted as an area emitter, so you can see that like this sphere emits light in all direction. So I hope this helped you a bit, and if you have any suggestions or any questions, you can leave them in the comments. And yeah, I mean, if you like it, you can also let me know. So thank you.